Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally arrived at the Monday Marvel Contest of Champions 12.0 changes announcement post. Now, throughout the weekend, everybody was on the edge of their seat, constantly asking what's going to be covered in this announcement, what's going to be changed, what's going to be fixed. And basically, this announcement was a bit of a disappointment for a lot of people just because it doesn't contain any specific details. The announcement, to give a very a quick version of it, is we done fucked up, boys. We done really fucked up. We're going to have to work on this for a little bit longer, but hopefully in several days' time, we're going to have like a new live version with some specific patch notes and details. So we've got a little bit more about the bullet points that they're focusing on, so it's some additional stuff and characters have been added to it. So just to cover kind of the main areas of their focus at the moment, which again is very vague, is your ability to survive and your effectiveness while blocking and parrying. So again, a very, very vague patch note there. I would have preferred it said like restoration to block and parry rates. That would have been a much more optimistic patch note to read there. And then we have the relative difficulty of harder content like Act 4, Realm of Legends, and Labyrinth of Legends. So we're going to have some difficulty tuning to some of the more difficult content in the game, so I'm interested to see what adjustments get made. The next one says the impact of Challenger rating. Well, it says Challenger rating actually, but it is Challenger rating, I believe anyway. So I would much rather this read out like the removal of Challenger rating, because I don't think, I don't know anybody that has come up with a really positive or good argument for Challenger rating actually having a positive impact in the game. It just seems really, really useless and unnecessary and punishes people who haven't been lucky enough to get the 4 or 5 star version of a certain utility champion they need to overcome a certain boss on a quest that requires something like power lock or, you know, ability accuracy bypasses such as Crossbones or Black Widow. So yeah, I really don't like Challenger rating. I think it's just a terrible stat, needs to go immediately, but hey, that's just my opinion. And then we have the effectiveness of several more characters have been acknowledged alongside Doctor Strange, which means that we could be seeing some buffs and adjustments to some of the god tier champions that got smited, which I think a few of them do need a bit of a buff up, especially like Scarlet Witch and 4. They got absolutely nerfed to the ground. I don't think they're going to be in their previous state as they were before, but hopefully they can find kind of a nice level where they are kind of around similar competitive level with some of the top tier champions in the game, and maybe not like super above them, but still like really, really good options to use in most scenarios. So we also have like Captain America World War II, Doctor Strange, which they previously acknowledged, and then we have Storm and Ghost Rider as well added to the list, which were champions that I didn't expect to see kind of in this initial batch, but they are two champions that really, really do need addressing. Like Storm's signature ability has really, really gutted the champion the way that has changed for the patch, so I'm interested to see what they do with Storm. And also Ghost Rider has a similar scenario to Doctor Strange where his heal has been majorly reduced, so interested to see what they do there. And then finally, they have masteries such as cruelty and precision, so not too sure if those are going to get like quite a substantial buff, but they have been like really reduced in terms of their effectiveness with a conversion to flat rating stats, so interested to see what they do there. I'd like to see kind of another bullet point about looking at the way flat rated stats work and scale, because I'm a little bit concerned that overall kind of the power level and damage for a lot of champions has gone down substantially. But yeah, we're going to have to see. That might be to do with challenge rating. I'm not too sure how it's all working and scaling at the moment. It's just that it's a bit of a mess. So the second thing they go on to talk about is how they are working on a beta program for Marvel Contest of Champions. They're currently working with a select group of summoners. I have not been made part of that select group of summoners. I think I've been a little bit too salty to get invited to the Special Kids Club. So unfortunately, I'm not too sure if we're ever going to be invited to the beta, but hopefully what they do address as well in this is they're discussing how to introduce a broader summoner beta. So hopefully this means for like any future updates or substantial stuff they do, that there's going to be like a beta server for at least a couple of weeks that we can play around and test stuff on. So I'm interested to see you know, if like having a proper beta program will allow them to hopefully maybe kind of make some more aggressive like champion updates in the future and improvements going forward. Because, you know, if they're doing like a revamp of a certain character, then they can have a lot of people test that character before they push it live. So might be interesting for kind of that purpose. I think a beta program and server for Marvel Contest of Champions could do a substantial amount of good, but apart from that, it's just all about kind of making you aware of the process and what they have to do before pushing a patch live. So overall, I mean, it really wasn't the update that myself and a lot of people wanted today. We wanted some specific information, but as well, like, it is a very valid point of, you know, they can't just rush stuff like this. They really do need to nail it the second time around. So hopefully, they're going to get this all addressed by the end of the week. I don't know if that's, like, too optimistic to see a build Saturday or Sunday, but I think from the activity on the forums, they were working all weekend and intend to do so 7 days a week. So I don't know, we're just going to have to see what happens, but overall it looks like they're heading in the right direction. But again, until we've actually seen some results, until we see some solid stuff, like totally just continue to vote with your wallet, like until we see solid changes, like let's continue to do that for now, because these are just promises. They're just acknowledgements of issues and no actual fixes put down on paper yet. But I don't know, it sounds like they're heading in the right direction, but a similar stance to Friday, like we're gonna have to wait and see. Like, not really too much for now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the video. If you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like. Apart from that, take care and have an absolutely fantastic day.